everybody, it's Vervain and
Sean.
Can we do that again?
Sure.
Hi everybody, it's Vervain
And Sean.
and we are here to taste some tea with you guys. I have two teas that I just got in from Verdant tea, and I've only ever ordered one tea from them before, and it was the Huang Mei Gui from Spring 2017. The Spring 2017 Huang Mei Gui was so good that I ran out of my 2 ounces in the past couple months, and I had to get more, but they didn't have more. But they have the 2018. So I have the 2018 Huang Mei Gui, and then from the same farm, from the same mountain, I have Meijian. So I have 2 Wuyi Oolongs, both made by the Li family. I think Li Xiangxi is the name of the tea master, and we're gonna try them both today in succession. And we'll probably start with the Huang Mei Gui, and then we'll make our way to the Meijian, and we will get there. Huang Mei Gui means yellow rose, and it's one of the newer cultivars, and it's very spicy and floral with some rich fruity notes, or it's supposed to be anyway. And we're gonna find out what it really is very soon. And I'm just gonna start by wicking up the teaware. This is a spring Gaiwan with the orchid on it, and we sell this one at vervainandtheroses.com. And we sell it alone and also in a whole set. And I think it's very beautiful. It has some Chinese characters on the back that say gentle fragrance. And when I'm pouring, I don't need it so much for Wuyi Oolongs, but when I'm pouring Phoenix Oolongs and I want to know that I'm like which spot around the Gaiwan I'm pouring all the way around, it's very useful to have a marker on the back of my Gaiwan to let me know where I am. And this is Bartholomew. I don't know if you can see Bartholomew from where you are, but he's gonna drink tea with us today. We're just gonna wake him up with a whole bath. Okay. And now we're ready to drink some tea. Okay, so first things first, obviously, we have to smell the dry room temperature leaves just to see what they tell us, what they're gonna tell. Just to see what they have to tell us about this tea. I feel like smell is the best way to learn a tea, and there's so many different stages. Smell that. There's so many different stages during the making of the tea, and the smell of the tea changes every time, and you get different smells all throughout the whole process. And so I like to smell it as often as I can. Also because it's just delightful. What does that smell like? I don't know, it smells very fruity. It smells
like Huang Mei Gui.
I don't know, it smells like peaches? Oh, there's water in there.
Where did that come from?
I woke up the tea
So
again because
confused.
we actually had to reheat the water. And now I probably just poured it on top of your car.
Oh no! My car can't take boiling water.
With the Wuyi Oolong, I like to fill it up at least halfway. That's probably a good amount there. Would you zip that up, dear? At the tea house, I wouldn't use these leaves that fell out, because that would be improper, but it's just us. And then this is one, oh, I'm missing a few. This is one of my very favorite tricks that one of my fellow tea lovers demonstrated for me. And I'm so glad that I picked it up. It's my favorite thing to do with the tea. This is maybe my favorite time to smell a tea, is when you've got the warm, wet Gaiwan that you've just woken up, and then you've just filled it up with your fresh, dry tea leaves, and then you shake it up, just to wake it up. Shake it up, wake it up, shake it up, wake it up. Can we have a shake it up, wake it up song? Shake it up, wake it up, shake it up, wake it up, shake it up, wake it up, wake up the tea. Shake it up, wake it up, shake it up, wake it up, shake it up, wake it up, wake up the tea. It's just delightful. I'm gonna move into this Gaiwan. I'm gonna live inside there. If if I go missing, you know where to find me. And then I'm gonna wake it up. I'm just gonna pour over the whole thing. Not being picky, but I am being gentle. Oh. And this is the Huyi Mountains, and we're going to save most of it for later, but we're going to cheat and drink a little bit of it now. It's the rinse. You're not really supposed to start with drinking the rinse because supposedly it's weaker. I am also going to pour a little bit of it in here so that we can kind of see how this tea changes. And then there's just some tea dust left in the bottom there, so I'm just going to give all that liquid to Bartholomew so it comes out nice and clean. There we go. We get a nice clean Hong Dao Bei. Hold on, it's a little steamy.
It's getting steamy in here.
There you go.
It's sweet.
It is sweet, and it's very floral.
This is good stuff.
Raisins. Let's smell the leaves. There's a real richness to it. Alright, let's taste that rinse.
I didn't know I was supposed to wait. It's tea in front of me, I drink it, it's just how it is.
You didn't have to wait. It is very light, but I feel it's cleansed my palate. Prepared me for the first real steeping. And you want your rinse to be light. Actually, I find that if your rinse tastes like a good full brew, it probably means that you've way overdosed your tea and the next steeping is going to be very bitter. And however, at the rinse you won't have ruined it yet, and so if the rinse does taste really rich and full, you can always cheat and pick a few leaves out of the Gaiwan, or whatever your brewing vessel is, if you're using a teapot, and correct your dose.
What a nice pour that was, not one drop. It was impressive.
Tea for you. Oh, and this Mary taught me. Mary Cotterman taught me this. And we're doing very casual pouring here. Maybe you can tell. But I'm going to show you this one formal trick that I learned. That theoretically, if I were doing this really properly, I'd be sitting at the middle of the table. And I would use just one hand at a time and do just one thing at a time and never let my hands cross my center. And so now if I'm going to pour my own cup, I'm going to switch hands just like that. And that's because the yin way to switch hands is with the vessel towards me, like that. So if Sean was going to do it, he could do it like this. But I haven't practiced that way, so I haven't tried it. Like it this way. Oh, and then we're going to pour one here for science.
I could do it the yin way if I wanted to. An old lady called me Miss today. It happens most days.
I'm going to put the Huyi Mountains over here so I don't get confused. So up here, I'm just going to pour every steeping into a cup. I'm trying to pour roughly the same amount into each one so that at the end we can kind of see how the color changes. You want to enjoy all the different parts of the tea, the taste and the smells and the feeling and the color, the chi. And I want to stop talking and drink tea. Oh my gosh. I absolutely taste the rock of the mountain. I taste the granite. There is a note of rose. It's like after you drink the liquid down, it lingers on your tongue, especially on the sides of the tongue. And there's a real sweetness on the inhale. Let's have another cup of that. I feel like there's like a tart cherry bark flavor. Do you get that at all?
Cherry bark?
Yeah.
Like a cherry that's barking at me? Or a cherry?
No, like cherry
the
bark.
bark of a cherry tree?
You've never had cherry bark in like an herbal tea? Or an herbal blend?
No, I have never before come in direct contact with the bark of a cherry tree.
Well, what does it taste like to you?
Huang Mei Gui.
I definitely get cherry though.
Tastes like another.
Like another?
Like another.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Never heard that?
No.
It tastes like another. It's like, it's so good, I want another one right now.
Oh, well, you have to wait, and the next one's going to be different.
Two viewers, trick two viewers.
They probably can't hear you. I felt like you spoke more quietly than the tea was pouring.
Well, I think the sound of the tea pouring was probably more important than whatever it was I was saying then.
That's right, the sound of the tea. That's another way to appreciate it. I will say the color is actually changing precious little so far. It's definitely darkening from the rinse to the second steeping, but not a lot. But can you see now? Can you see why they call citrine tea quartz Chajing? Although actually I've probably got my inflections wrong because I haven't looked it up since I actually started studying Chinese. But look at that. It's like the same damn color. Same color. You don't have any tasting notes?
I promise to get you some tasting notes on the next one.
On the next cup?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, on the next tea. Why did I invite you to be part of this video?
I'm not good at describing smells and tastes.
I get cherry bark.
Which is something
Cherry.
I've never tasted, so.
It tastes like cherry, but woodier. There's a little more bitterness than in a proper cherry fruit. We promised.
Can I give a talk about how I learned something very interesting, that smell might be the most ancient sense. I'm talking about something I read in A Natural History of the Senses, which everyone should read because it's really good, about how the most basic organisms mostly experience their environment in a direct way chemically, which is smell. You know, smell is our way of sensing the chemicals themselves, whatever great variety of them there are, and how smell would have been around long before any sort of eyesight would have developed evolutionarily. So it's kind of interesting that I guess what I'm saying is because smell predates language so much, it's hard for me to, when I'm fully appreciating and enjoying an aroma or a flavor, my language part of my brain is not activated because I need my whole brain to experience this wonderful, delicious tea.
I thought there would be way more color change from infusion to infusion.
Yeah, it looks like the same thing.
The first two are a little lighter. I feel like it's very rich for tea. This has a lot of umami. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's more floral than a meaty broth, but it's much richer than a floral tisane. And you get that yan yun.
It tastes like stone soup. Rock Mountain Stone Soup. Album title.
There's something just a little sour and tart. In a very pleasant way. Maybe like a sweet orange peel. Yeah, like a mandarin orange peel. You don't get orange
I guess
rind?
so. I don't know. To me, orange, I think of, very bright. And this is more
But there is
like
that
rich.
brightness on the top. There's that richness in the middle and that bright floral, citrus, tangy cherry on top.
But really, folks, you just gotta taste it so you can
And then that
write in
granite underneath.
and say, I don't understand what you're getting at with all of your taste descriptions, but this tea is very delicious. Send any comments about the tea not being good will be deleted. Because they're not true. They're libelous.
We're open to discussion. I'm open to discussion. How does it make you feel?
I feel lucky that I don't have any noticeable mosquito bites on my person. So that's good. I feel happy to be outside on such a ridiculously beautiful day, drinking tea with a beautiful woman. I don't know, I can't section off like the way the tea is making me feel from my entire way I feel, but I feel really good. So, there.
I feel this tea in the back of my head. It's like buzzing and opening back there is what it feels like to me. And in my root. Lightening up again a little bit. I think we're only going to have one tea today. I think we're only going to be able to.
I think that'll be alright. This is a really good one.
So now on this steeping, a lot of that sharpness is gone, although I still feel a bit of a tartness on the back of the sides of my tongue. This tastes more like rose now also, I find. Sean thinks I'm crazy. I'm going to be a little rougher on the leaves this time. I'm definitely getting bitten. I don't know how you're avoiding it.
I've got. Oh yeah, got you. Yeah, they're coming out a little thicker now as the sun goes down on this beautiful early spring day.
What do you think of this one compared to last year's?
I think I liked last year's a little more. I don't know. I remember being really
Last year's was
blown
a
away.
little spicier,
I like that.
and this year's is a little fruitier. At least without doing a side-by-side comparison, that's my impression. Oh,
It's terrific, isn't it?
that's a good one. See, I still taste a little bit of that citrus sourness. It's like a mandarin orange. Mandarin orange and rose and cherry bark. Those are my tasting notes. And granite, of course.
I don't know about you, but I never miss a chance to lick some granite. That granite flavor. I don't take it for granted.
Aha. Do Do you taste a sweetness when you inhale with your mouth now, slowly?
I feel the cooling air. She's like, tastes great. I really like it.
Very nice. Very nice. Oh yeah, definitely lightening up now.
I made a deal with the devil. I traded in my ability to make tasting notes for the ability to play bass notes with my thumb. I feel like it was a worthy trade.
Notes for notes.
Yep.
So as we get more into the tea, and I always notice that you taste less of the leaf and less of the process and more of the mountain. And in this infusion, I taste way less of the fruit and the floral and way more of the granite and way more of the yanyan. Smell that though. That really does, to me that smells like a bouquet of roses.
Yeah. I catch some rose off of that.
We agreed on one fragrance. From the ashes of disaster grow the roses of success. Grow the roses. That is the darkest one.
Yeah, I think that's right.
That is the darkest one.
Roses of success.
And you may notice I don't have another cup to show you the next steeping. I probably won't even pour it on camera. I'll probably steep this for like 10-20 minutes. Because I want to see what else I can get out of this. Because I still smell something very hearty in the leaves. But it's going to take time and patience to get to it.
Yeah, it's definitely not insipid yet. Not even close.
Insipid.
Is that the wrong word?
No, I'm just asking you what it means.
I think it means like basically like watery and without strength, like insubstantial. Let me look it up because I don't trust myself.
Okay, I'm gonna pour you some Huiwei Bay. If you haven't run into this before, the Huiwei Bay is it's Huiwei Bay. I'm sure I'll put that on the screen or something. And it means returning flavor cup or nostalgia cup. And it's as you saw, this is the first infusion or the rinse of the tea that we only drank a tiny bit of and saved most of it for later, which is now. Now is later. And having just drank that infusion, we're now going to go back to the beginning and drink that infusion and see how far we've come.
So it's actually pronounced insipid, and it means lacking flavor or lacking vigor or interest. So I had the definition right. I had the pronunciation slightly wrong. Those darn English vowel sounds, man.
There's a lot of tartness in this first one. And part of that may be that it's still fresh. Like this might be a tea that really benefits from sitting around another year, but I also think it's already really good. That might be why you liked the 2017 better.
Yeah, it's mellowed out a little bit. But I'm definitely, tasting this first steeping here, I'm getting more of that citrusy kind of
You get
brightness.
that orange?
Yeah, I'm seeing it much more clearly now. I love this part because it really... really opens your eyes to the variation that you've experienced gradually from cup 1 to cup.
Okay, am I
And-
crazy if I say Palo Santo? You know how Palo Santo is both like woody and sweet, and also a little bit
that's
tangy
not a
in its
bad
smell.
way of describing it. Yeah.
It's a little like Palo Santo. Like, it tastes a little like Palo Santo smells. Yeah, I get that, like, woody sweetness. What have you learned?
I've learned that because I haven't really been slurping properly. So if you don't slurp,
You need to slurp. No
You should
wonder you
slurp.
can't give tasting notes.
you should slurp it. If you forget to slurp and it's already in your mouth, just gargle it.
The benefits of slurping are many, but the primary ones I find are that it cools
it's
down
really
your tea when it's too hot to drink properly. Like, if you can't take a full sip of your tea, excuse me, try slurping it, because it'll run air through it and cool it down, and it'll be much easier to drink while it's still very hot. The other benefit is that it runs the tea over your soft palate on the top of your mouth, which picks up more and different flavors than the rest of your mouth. So when you get it in all the different parts of your mouth, and especially that soft palate, you get a richer experience of the flavor. The cup smells a bit like Palo Santo now, after having had the Vervain in it.
I haven't properly smelled Palo Santo in quite a while though. So
We'll go smell some after, and you'll see that I'm right.
I see.
To hell with it. Let's have this. It's been long enough. It's the last of our water, though. Or the last from this kettle. And nearly the last water in the house.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing, guys. Have I never mentioned this on video before? You need to use good water for your tea.
This is
We live in
very
Austin,
important.
where there is not good water coming out of the faucets. We buy our water from the grocery store. And I highly recommend doing so if you don't live in a place with pristine water.
Yeah, there's no place that I know of where water comes out of the faucet ready for brewing tea.
And we either
Probably nowhere
use
in
filtered
Texas.
water from the big dispenser or spring water, right? This is spring water, right?
Yeah, this is Crystal
Ozarka?
Geyser.
Crystal Geyser?
No, Ozarka's not good. I don't like the way it tastes.
This almost tastes like just rose. It's thinner than the other infusions. Do you need more to participate in this conversation?
Yeah. Also,
There you go.
my memory for flavors is very short, or maybe
Taste it. It tastes like rose. I always think sometimes my mind is playing tricks on me when
That's great.
I think that a tea tastes like something that its name refers to. But I don't think that's actually what's happening. Although sometimes I think that's part of it. But I think mostly it's just that teas are named after the things which they kind of smell and taste like. And so it just means that me and the person who named the tea agree on this one little thing. But what I was going to say is that one of my friends confided to me that she stopped pouring tea recently because they don't buy good water at her house, and she realized that her tea was never going to be as good as my tea until she started buying good water. And usually when people come to me and are like, my tea will never be as good as your tea, Vervain, I'm like, you're wrong. But in this case, with that qualifier, I was like, you're right, you're going to have to get good water.
and it's not hard. Come on.
And it's not hard. It's not hard. And it's a good habit. And it's now we only drink the good water too, and it's a good idea. Now I used to think it was kind of crazy, the people like us who bought water instead of just drinking the perfectly good water that comes out of the faucet. But now I taste the faucet water, and it just tastes like chlorine and metal.
Yeah. Not a good thing to mingle with tea, for sure. Because it's true, they use chlorinated chemicals to keep the pipes from...
The chlorine, yeah, and the
Getting
chlorine is
rotten.
the thing you really do not want in your tea. You do not want chlorine in your... your tea.
Because like chlorine by its very nature destroys aromas. It breaks down molecules, so it will just suck all the nuance out of anything.
One for Bartholomew. This is Bartholomew's favorite part. Well, this has been lovely. Thank you for sharing this tea with us. Thank you for having tea with me.
It's really good. Really, really good.
And next time we'll print out the aroma wheel and I'll bring someone else.
the tea, good.
You can
Me
come
as a
too.
taste tester, not so good.
Well, but this table is big enough. I could sit in the middle and pour and have 2 people sit on either side of me and 1 person sit on each end. And then we could have 5 people all at this table, all drinking tea, and get 5 people's tasting notes. And it could be just a really lovely tea party, I think. Oh, wow. What is that? That was not a peacock.
It's a crane.
A crane is on our roof. Well, good luck.
That's very cool. You don't see those too often.
Well, with that good omen, ending on that note, thank you for joining us today. This has been Huang Mei Gui from, where'd it go? Huang Mei Gui from Verdant Tea, and I will post the link down below in the description. I will also post the link to this Gaiwan and these cups and Gong dabes in the description, and if you'd like to purchase those. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and comment down below and let me know what you think. If you've tried any other Huang Mei Gui from other growers and sellers, or if you've tried any of Verdant Tea's other good teas that I should try, or any other teas that I should try, or... Was that a crane again?
Yeah, it's just landed on the tree over there. Or if you think that tasting notes are silly, you can say that too.
You can comment that as well.
I'd appreciate you.
Yeah, we'd love to hear anything and everything that you have to say. And I'll see you all again soon. Have a magical, wonderful day.
Goodbye.